We haven't voted on the actual budget
Right.
yet.
Well, but the adjustments
I'm
and then,
just
or you're right,
mentioning the
You have to do
budget,
both,
yeah.
right? You have to
basically.
Right.
approve the budget with these adjustments. That's what we need a
Right.
motion to do that.
Did you just do that?
Second.
Yeah.
Motion with those adjustments. And previous adjustments have already been made. So I have a motion to accept the budget as presented in your big book with the adjustments that have been presented this evening by Mrs. Johnson. And of course, the adjustments that we've voted on already to the library and the contingency. We're all clear on the motion?
It should state the amount.
Don't we need to, are you looking for the entire budget right now, Anna, or just what we,
I'm just saying, I just wanted to make sure that you approve those adjustments, and I mean,
Okay,
you're
'cause-
free to discuss
Okay.
budget more if you want.
Okay. That's good.
And you're suggesting we need exact amounts?
Yeah, once we adopt the budget.
So,
This is just on the adjustments that we agreed upon tonight, just recently.
But we never, what I'm saying is, we never voted on the budget in the first place.
Right.
So
Right,
we just
Oh.
take a motion on the amended,
That's what I would
on the
think.
amount that we're presenting.
right.
Well, I don't,
We just voted to accept those two.
Yes,
as
Now it just needs to be
additions.
part of the budget,
Yes.
full line.
yeah.
Paul's motion was to accept the budget with
As-
adjustments.
That's fine, but we have to have,
And then we'll vote on numbers?
yeah, all right.
Yeah. It'd be redundant, it'd be more specific, but let's just do that. This motion is to, unless you have the numbers.
Yeah, so it would be what's in this column.
Okay.
We could amend the motion to include these figures, I suppose. You're able to do that?
It hasn't, the amendment hasn't been seconded. Oh, did you second it?
We
No,
have a second.
Mark did.
Okay, so
Yes.
yes, he seconded it, so yes, you would have to make the amendment.
Okay, this amount, this really doesn't change, because we're.
It doesn't, no,
Okay,
but it's there, the numbers are there to make it easier for you.
okay.
Right. So Paul, if you could amend your,
I'll amend my motion to approve the budget as submitted in the amount of $72,033,933.
Second.
comments?
With,
Well-
with the adjustments.
Well, that would be
no,
included
no.
in there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got the wrong number. That includes the Board of
Okay.
Ed, yeah, the Board of Ed, that's it.
No, that's the right number
Oh,
when
sorry,
you
no.
reallocate the money.
But may I suggest that you just approve each component
Yeah.
part of the budget and then the total budget?
It's laid out in your draft motion.
Yeah, that's.
You have a draft motion?
I have them right here.
All right.
Wait a minute, so
I guess
let's,
I'm gonna withdraw my motion.
okay, you gonna withdraw the motion?
Yeah.
So
I'll withdraw my
the
second.
motion's been withdrawn totally, and it's also, the second has been withdrawn. So we'll start fresh, and we'll make sure we do this right.
Okay, I'll move to approve the proposed 2018-2019 town budget in the amount of, let me make sure I get the right number,
18,000.
$72,033,933. Correct, Anna?
Before that's seconded,
But you're saying what you want, I
No,
think
you want-
general government is 18
I
million.
think,
No, it says,
General government is here.
yeah.
right, so we.
I haven't
them
gotten
separately.
down to general
Yeah.
government.
Consisting of the
please.
following.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but I want to make sure she's good with that overall
Yes.
number right now.
Yes,
Because that's the original number.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, got it, okay, yep, that's good.
Okay, 72 million, people love that. Okay,
So-
consisting,
Yeah, okay.
okay, I just wanted to make sure that the 72,033,933 was good. Okay, consisting of the following and forward to the Board of Finance for approval. General government, $18,094,025. Debt service, $5,369,986. Capital, $795,186. Board of Education, $47,774,736.
Second.
Comment?
You ask for comments?
Sure.
Yeah, just, every year since I've been here, we've had tight budgets. This is obviously the tightest one, but I'll just commend Mark on this budget. We didn't sacrifice in public safety. We've actually increased some of our public safety with fifth dispatcher, and over the last year or two, we've added additional hours down at the police department. This has all been done with reorganization and efficiencies, and I don't feel like we've lost any services. Some folks in the town hall may be working a little harder and have been taking on some more responsibilities. But I'm pleased with this budget, and I'm going to be voting in favor of it.
Thank you. Any other comments? We'll take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Thank you all for your hard work on this and your thoughtful comments and suggestions during this budget process, which started in January, and very, very valuable to me.
Well, also, Mark, every time we heard from Hartford, it was as if, another hole sprung in the keel of the ship. You did a great, and Anna and the department has a great job on putting forth a budget that meets every possible need, but responsible to taxpayers.
Very pleased.
Yeah,
Very
do you
pleased.
want the total budget passed too, or was that?
That was within
Included
there.
it in the-
That was in there.
So we're
in the
good.
motion, yeah.
We're good.
Well, I'd just like to add that every time we do a budget, I hope the public realizes that this is our best estimate of what we need. It's an approximation. We can't possibly, a year in advance, with many things that are out of our control, have an exact budget. And I think that we did the best we could under the circumstances. I think there were many things that we would like to do, but we can't. And I think that our budget, I think we have to be careful, and the public has to realize that there's very little room in this budget for extras. And we hope that we don't face emergencies that we're going to have to deal with. But I think that at this present time, this is the best we could do.
Indeed.
Concurred.
Well said.
Just to be clear, we withdrew the motion to accept the changes. Do we need to do that now that we accept the budget, or that's the total that I've got from you?
The motion was withdrawn in the manner in which they were gonna approve the entire budget. They already did a motion to do, except, okay.
Perfect, I'm
Okay.
clear now.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure it's clear.
Better to ask now.
Yep.
It's okay. Yep.
Good.
Because as you can see, we stumble through that.
Well,
I'll tell you what, we stumble through that motion every year. Is how to get it
We-
right.
We've always have. It's
yeah.
always because you want to be sure you've,
Yeah.
with the
At the end of the-
specificity, make sure there's no memorandums.
So there's letters of resignation and appointments in our communications log. I don't know if there's any motions to be made. I don't think so.
No.
So just for the for the record, the letter of resignation by Esther Williams as the Republican Deputy Registrar of Voters, the appointment of Ashley Perkins to take her place, the letter of resignation from the Democrat Deputy Registrar of Voters, Judith Glickstein, and Michael Beckich will take her place. And then a letter of resignation from the Smith Harris House Commission by Catherine Sassu. We thank all those who have served and are beginning the service of our town. We very much appreciate it, and we can't possibly do it without you.
I might add that that the registrars are authorized to appoint their own deputies.
Yeah, we don't have.
That's why we're
That's why
not
we
doing-
have just letters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for pointing that out for the record. We can make very brief ex officio reports.
Or not.
Or not from me.
Right.
Not.
I'll pass so we can get home safely.
There's a lot of peer pressure. Who dares? Who dares to have an ex officio report?
Board of Education. Regarding the school projects, the bids for the Lily B. Haynes and Nyack Center School will be opened on March 13th, and the bid package should be going out for the Flanders 3 weeks after that. That's all I have.
Anna, was I supposed to remember something to tell these folks? Yes, Roseanne and Kevin, I'm asking you to authorize, asking you to form a subcommittee to discuss the
Oh,
unaffiliated.
unaffiliated, okay.
There's some work that is being done with that agreement we have with our unaffiliated, not a contract, but an agreement, and some movement on that. And Mr. Bergaw is heading up that group, if you will, and he's done a whole lot of work. He's a smart man, and if I asked you to beg you to meet with him very quickly, because we'd actually like to settle that down as quickly as possible. So please, maybe coordinate, and very typical that happens, the deputy and Mrs. Hardy. So, and I can brief you on that, but thank you for volunteering.
In my haste to be brief,
Yeah.
I did pass along to the entire Board of Education and the staff that wasn't at our presentation for their budget, this board's support for the additional funding in their budget for the social workers in the school system.
I couldn't agree more. And I'll stand in solidarity with the Board of Education when it comes to that, when that time comes. Is there any other ex officios? Dan, you've been busy. I've actually seen you in a few.
Yeah, no, just, the historic properties, they're working on an art, trying to do something with pieces from the old bridge, and they're making a little bit of progress with that, so hopefully there's something to look at down at the Cheating Park from the old bridge. Should be something.
Thank you.
Are we talking about a sculpture or something?
No, that is something else, but there's some gears and, part of the chain that used to drive the train bridge, and trying to see if there's a way to display it, and maybe just have a little bit of signage explaining what it is, and in a way that's safe so it can't fall over and hurt somebody.
That was down there before, right? Before they
not
reorg.
sure.
I remember
It was.
seeing it down there.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a piece down
There's
there,
a
but
piece.
there's more
It's
that
different.
could be displayed.
Oh, okay.
and we're looking to do that in a
It's
safe
like
way.
a giant bike chain.
Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
it's gears and a bike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a huge bike chain.
I have many exciting things to talk about that we'll wait until another
do.
meeting, but we have some really some good things we're working on, and I am very excited about it, and I'll be happy to share that with you as time comes. And as you heard tonight, just want to point out we accepted the resignation of Dick Morris this week. We had a little party for him, and Ron Pringle is preparing this will be his last month in service to our town as one of our firefighters. He's a great man. Both of those men are great men who have served our town with pride. It's a good word. Ramona, I don't know Ramona's last name. I forget it. Works in our
the
tax
tax
collector's
collector.
office.
Yeah.
What it begins with?
What's- yeah, I
Yeah.
can't say-
What?
I gotta say
Would
that.
you?
Would you say
Yeah, and it's not. But Ramona served our town for many years in the tax office. It's been a very long constant in there, and she's submitted her resignation. Will be departing in April, and I think that's all I have to report right now. There's other things coming up, and I'm pretty darn excited about it. Development has started at the Main Street Park. You'll see there's a big hole in the ground. We are remediating. We're taking out that dirt that was determined to be taken out, and installing wells to monitoring wells. And the granite has already arrived. So if we drive by there, you'll see granite already lined up. Those will be for our stairs and our curbing in the park. And we're doing a lot of that in-house, in-kind services. We're excited about that. Bids have already come back for our bathroom project down at Cheney Park. We're very excited about that. That's on schedule and very under budget. But bids are coming in very strong on that in our favor, and happy to report that. Many other things to report, and we'll talk about that at the next meeting or the meeting after, or whatever. But we'll all try to get home safely, and thanks for tuning in. And is there anything else? We don't have any delegations,
Motion.
therefore no comments.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Let's go home.
We have to
Thank
sign
you.
anything.